Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm here to let you guys know how I got rid of my acne. It was really severe cystic acne, believe it or not, and I got rid of it. 99% of the things I tried did not work. So I'm here to tell you guys the good, the bad, and the ugly. So let's start by me telling you guys what kind of acne I actually had. So when I was like 12, I would only get like pimples, spots on my forehead area, and that's it. Fast forward, I was 16 and I had cystic acne. I'm pretty sure it was cystic acne, so no dermatologist ever just approved that it was cystic. But it was just basically huge boils underneath the skin. I couldn't poke them. I couldn't squeeze them. They were really hard and I felt them underneath my skin. They were horrible, and there were at least 5 on this side, 5 on that side, and along with that I had like whiteheads. Yeah, so I had that. It was really severe. I would get comments from people all the time saying all kinds of like advice on how to take care of my skin, so I was just going crazy trying to get rid of it. I tried stupid methods which never ever do it. So I put peroxide, you know, the ones you use for the wounds. I put that peroxide on my skin. I tried Coke, the soda, on my face, because I heard people say that it's quite strong of a substance and people clean with it. So I'm like, I'm gonna clean my skin with it. Like, so stupid, man. Oh my god. What else I tried? Salicylic acid. I tried witch hazel. Those are like the least crazy ones. I tried every face wash there is. And the first time I went to my dermatologist, she prescribed me antibiotics to drink them. So I would take, I think, if I remember correctly, it was like 1 pill a day. I would take it and it helped me for a little while, but it didn't really stop them. So then I'm like, look, it didn't really help me. And then she prescribed me Duac. It's like a gel cream. You just put it on your skin and it sort of like helps the acne. What does it have? Retinol. Oh my gosh, like, don't quote me on this guy. Guys, I'm just gonna put it like somewhere in the description. So she prescribed me Duac and it started to help me a little bit, but then my skin basically became allergic to it. Every single time I would like put it on my skin, it would burn like hell and it would get really red and swollen, and I just couldn't use it. Then I went back to my dermatologist and I was like, girl, I can't use it. My skin is not agreeing with it. Then she's like, I think she said just try and use it every 3 days so your skin gets used to it, because otherwise I have nothing else for you. Oh my gosh. Like, imagine having your dermatologist say there's nothing else I know what could really help you. Like, oh my goodness. And I was like 16 at the time. So then once I turned 17, I kept hearing people say birth control really helps acne, and when I was 17 my acne was so much worse than at the age of 16. Like, it was like all over my face. I would sometimes like put a band-aid if the pimple was this huge, and it was like sometimes in clusters, so I would put a band-aid. And then I would hear girls while at school saying stuff like she ruined her skin with all the makeup. Makeup didn't cause my acne, just to let you guys know. Like, oh, I tried other methods as well. When I was like 16, I tried going on a plant-based diet, and while plant-based diet was amazing and it made my skin look glowy, it didn't help my cystic acne. What else I tried? Yeah, I cut out all the sugars. I cut out all the gluten. I've tried every diet there is, but it did not help me. Oh my gosh. Apple cider vinegar, retin A. It didn't really help me long term, you know what I mean, all these things like. So yeah, I was 17. Sorry, I got out of like out of order. So yeah, I was 17 and I heard people saying, you know what, birth control really helps your acne. It was hormonal, and I just, at that time I felt like my acne must be hormonal because nothing topical helped, and it was getting worse and worse, and my skin was like at its peak. So I went to my family doctor and I was like, hey, so I lied a little bit. I'm like, oh, I need some birth control. Me and my boyfriend, you know, we're together, and also I have all this stuff on my face. Amazing. So he prescribed me a birth control pill called Diane 35, and let me tell you guys, in the first 3 months my skin went even worse. Like my skin was crazy. Like if I thought that my skin looked bad before I started taking the pill, my skin looked 3 times worse. Like the pimples were everywhere. I couldn't get out of the house, guys. Like I could not get out of my house without people looking at me. Even if I put like 20 layers of foundation, people were still staring at me, and all kinds of comments. And I promised myself that one day when I came back crying, home, and I told myself, you know what, if I manage to get rid of my acne, I'm never gonna complain about anything in my life again. But obviously I didn't keep my promise, but I'm gonna try my best right now to keep it. So just I'm trying to let you guys know that I know how freaking hard it is to have acne, what kind of emotions you go through. You just feel so helpless because you try everything but it doesn't help. 3 months in, Diane 35, my birth control made my skin even worse. But then I read people saying it gets worse before it gets better. And guess what, guys? It was my case. I continued using it, and after 6 months of using it, I saw my skin clearing up really slowly but really surely. Pimples were disappearing. I still had a few cysts, but it was down to like 3 cysts here, 3 cysts here. Personally, the pill made me gain a little bit of weight. I was 17 when I started taking it, and I'm 21 now. Oh my gosh, I'm still taking it, and it's been 4 years. So needless to say, I like the pill. I like the weight gain that I had. It didn't increase my breast size, sadly, but it did make me gain some weight. Yeah. So I saw it clearing up, right? And then by the time it was 9 months of me being on a pill, I still had cysts, a couple of cysts here and there. To me, it wasn't that bad, but to other people, it was still bad. So, oh, by the way, I also like started developing scars, which are terrible. I still have some scars. So my scars would be not only hyperpigmentation, the red marks, I would also have indented scars. I have some in here. They're really minor right now, but at the time they were crazy. They were really deep. I will tell you guys as well what helped me get rid of my scars. But back to acne. By the way, don't start treating your scars before you treat your acne, because it's gonna be a broken cycle. So treat acne first and then go for the scars. So basically, I was 18 at the time. I had some cysts and I had a bunch of scars. Now after my birth control helped me heal my old spots. That's what I think happened. But you know, my acne was still not stopping, and I was like, oh my gosh, okay, the pill helped me, but I need something else. So my friend recommended me to go to this clinic. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a visit. It took me months to make a visit, and more pimples were starting to appear, right? Because I was stupid. But then I finally managed to to get into that, to get to see a doctor. And my doctor, you know, he saw me and he's like, so what's going on? And I said, you know what, I tried everything, nothing helps. And then he looked at me and he said, Accutane. And I knew what Accutane was, but I heard so many horror stories about it. And I was like, no, can I have something else? Like, I don't want Accutane. He's like, well, you might have to take Accutane, because if nothing helps, girl. Then I started like arguing. I said, you know what, Diane, 35, help me, but I just need something else to kickstart the whole process of even more healing and just completely diminish the acne. And he's like, no girl, you need to take Accutane. Then I left his office and I didn't know what to do. That was the one time in my life when I was questioning what to do, because here's the thing, guys, there are so many horror stories about Accutane. So people say that they lose their hair, that their skin starts like peeling, and then I heard that it doesn't actually help and the acne comes back after you stop taking it. So I was like, oh my gosh. And then here's the thing, like, insurance doesn't cover Accutane in my country, so it was like crazy expensive, and I just didn't, oh my gosh, you know guys, I just was like really contemplating of whether should I take it or not. And then my mom's like, look, Eva, like, I know like acne has been ruining your life for so long. You were a completely different person before you had acne. Like, you need to do anything there is to get rid of it. And I'm gonna be here to support you, and I'm gonna get you Accutane. And I felt so bad for having my mom, you know, pay so much money, because it's so crazy expensive in my country. Okay, basically, but I agreed. So I came back to that clinic, but I was just able to see another doctor quicker, right? So I go to another doctor and I'm like, hey, so I want Accutane. He's like, oh, maybe try something else. And I was like, are you guys messing with me? Probably. But then I basically begged him for Accutane, and he prescribed me Accutane on, I think my dose was 40 grams a day, so it was pretty low, but I started taking it, and I took it for like 3 months. I didn't see anything happening. My skin was not dry, my hair was not dry. But then I came back to him and he's like, okay, I'm putting you on like 60 gram, I think, or 70. I think it was 60 gram. So he put me on 60 gram, and then it was 4 months of taking Accutane, and I saw my acne starting to diminish. My hair was still a bit oily. It was oily, it was just not as oily as usual. My skin was a little bit dry. It wasn't crazy dry. At no point of taking Accutane my skin was dry. The only thing that were dry were my lips and were in my eyes. So these two areas were super, super, super dry. Then I kept taking it, and basically I ended up taking Accutane for, I think, around 8 months or maybe 10 months. I was taking it quite a long time, on like 60 grams a day, and by the end of my last day I had no acne. I had a bunch of freaking scars which were terrible, but I had no acne. Accutane completely cleared my acne. And all that I wanted to say to you guys is that if you see dermatologist and that dermatologist isn't able to help you, and if that dermatologist says, you know what, I can't help you, and no other dermatologist will be able to help you, no, you have to see another dermatologist. Don't give up. I know some of them, like my first dermatologist, I know some of them, you know, that they can be a little bit scared to prescribe you drugs like Accutane, as it is really serious. But what I want to say is that I wish I had taken Accutane at the age of 16, so I could have avoided all the scars, because to get rid of them, I still have some, but to get rid of them, I got rid of like 80% of the scars, maybe 90. So to get rid of that, it was Oh my gosh, it took me so long. It was so hard. It was so dramatic. Everything sounds so dramatic in this video because when you have no skin apart from pimples, what did I just say? Well, basically my whole face was covered in pimples. I wish I had taken Accutane sooner to avoid all the scars. I'm so happy I took it. I didn't have all the crazy side effects, and I know it's a serious drug and you must take it seriously. I would often, like every couple months or even every month, every single time I would visit my doctor, I would have to bring my blood tests and some other tests. So it is serious. It is expensive, but it was so worth it because nothing else helped. So in short, thank you Accutane. You're the only thing that cured my acne. Birth control does help, but it didn't help me at least 100%. By the way, yeah, I'm still taking my birth control pill because I'm scared to get off of it, because I read reviews of people getting off of it and then having their acne reappear. So I'm really scared about that. So if you guys know any advice on this subject and getting off of birth control, I would be so happy to read them. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Acne is temporary. Don't let it get to you. It's so hard. I know it's so freaking hard, but trust me, even though you think it's gonna be there forever, you must look for ways to get rid of it, and it's a lengthy process. So don't try to rush it. Don't go crazy. You're beautiful no matter what. And yeah, it's not gonna last you forever. Don't get down. If nothing helps, speak to your dermatologist about Accutane. I just don't know what else could help. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, bye. So I'm also going to remove my makeup so you guys can see what my skin looks like underneath. It might go really scary. Yeah, basically my skin is pink. I don't know why. Oh my god, I should have kept one side. So